This is a reel that I made recently, and I know Jesus is not your boyfriend. He's not some handsome hunk in blue jeans, but I wanted to get that painful feeling of just not being able to communicate with someone that you love, and let's transfer it to relationship with the Lord and how it's so important to have intimacy through vulnerable sharing. And that's what the Jumpstart prompts are all about. So let's talk about how to draw closer to God. There's a close and abiding relationship with God is where you are going to experience the spiritual growth and the peace and joy and serenity that you are looking for. There's just no other way around it. The way to chase after those things is to chase after an intimate relationship with the Lord. And so I've got two opportunities for you here. One is immediate, and the other is going to take a little bit more work. But let's just take a look at what that reel was talking about. I have this prayer prompt. It prompts that you can access immediately and get to work. And they are it would be as if you were in marital counseling or friendship counseling with someone with whom there's a relational breakdown. And so there are a series of questions that I invite you to spend in prayerful time before the Lord and contemplative time before the Lord, in interactional time before the Lord, answering each of the questions. They're probing questions. They require honest and vulnerable responses. They require you being quiet before the Lord and allowing Him to dialogue back with you. Because, as it says in item 3, vulnerable, deep conversations are what lead to deepened intimacy, even with humans, including with the Lord. And so, this set of questions you can use again and again whenever you're feeling far from the Lord, like you're pushing him away from you. You can use this series of 8 questions whenever you would like to jumpstart the first love that you had with him. So you can get that document. It's a one-page document ready for the taking. Just sign up at heartcleanse.org/jumpstart. The other way, if you really would like to just cleanse your heart of all the things that stand between you and the Lord, I invite you to Heart Cleanse Robust. It's an online workshop, and I am Susan Fisher. I've been teaching Heart Cleanse workshops for over 8 years now. I created them. There have been a few different iterations over the years, but the content has remained the same, and uh, the results have been the same. It's been quite transformative for many women. So it's been called Heart Cleanse Foundations and Heart Cleanse Deep Cleanse in the past. I'm calling it Heart Cleanse Robust because there are a few changes, but here are some things that are the same. All in Heart Cleanse Robust, all the original lessons are included. So your books are not obsolete. And another thing that is the same is that all the original full-length teachings, which were recorded from my 2022 classes, they will be included because some people prefer to watch all the lessons all at once. They're generally 45 to 60 minutes in length. And either the solo or original workbooks, all available on Amazon, will still work. So they're not obsolete, and you can choose either the solo or the original formats. I still say that with someone else is the best way to do it. Jesus created us to live in community. And so I still suggest that you gather a small group to do this, even though it's self-paced and digital. You will have constant access to me. I'll be talk about that in a few more points. So the main differences are that those long teachings that used to take place live in an evening have been they are recorded. They will be in your student portal, but they're broken up into bite-sized morsels. So you can take one little chunk at a time, finish it, and move on. I want there to be more wins, more victories, more feelings of accomplishment. So self-paced means you can take your time. You don't drop out because you fell off the wagon one week due to a family emergency or some unexpected interruption in your life. And then when you come back to class the next Tuesday, you're way behind and you lose courage. Now, this is put together for you to work at your own pace with much encouragement from me so that you don't get overwhelmed when your week is more overwhelming than your homework. So we're going to take the Heart Cleanse material one book at a time. So I'm only asking you to sign up for the first of 4 books in the entire curriculum. Again, then you don't get overwhelmed. You finish those first 6 modules. You feel good, like you've mastered that material before you even think about signing up for book 2. And I call it robust because each of the originals have more of what I've learned and grown in myself. I call the Heart Cleanse lessons my collection of lessons that God has used in my own life to set me free, to set my roots down deep. I am an older woman teaching younger women, a Titus 2 woman sharing what God has taught her with other women. And since the original materials were created, God has taught me and grown me in many ways. And so I want to add those to the Heart Cleanse curriculum without having to rewrite the books, or for if you have your books to have to get rid of them for something that is new. So what I do is the new meat that I have added in comes in the form of deliverables that you'll get in your classroom. And one of those deliverables is a to-do list where I tell you step by step, first do this, then watch that, then stop and pray about this. It is a checklist, and you will know exactly what to do. I have put this all in an online school classroom for you, but I'm not leaving you alone. I am holding your hand through the whole thing. All you need to do is the next thing on your list. Once you get to it, whenever you get to it and check it off, then you move on to the next thing. So there's no falling off the wagon, my friend. I want you to reach the finish line. And if you are an alum, a couple thoughts to you. One, it might be time for a review. We have spiritual amnesia, and we need the same truths reviewed again and again. But of course, that might be a little bit boring. And so, besides all the robust extra meat that has been added to Heart Cleanse, I'm also going to have special instructions to alums about how they might like to tweak and grow in new ways. Anyone who's been through my courses knows that original Heart Cleanse is quite meaty. There's a lot of material already, so I didn't want to just add more to the feast and then have people feel overwhelmed. So there will be some very specific instructions just to alums saying perhaps you'd like to replace this with that, etc. And that will be just to alums only to make their Heart Cleanse Robust experience be as transformative as their Heart Cleanse Original. But if you have never taken Heart Cleanse, you can just ignore that or not. And because I believe very much in live mentoring and live discipleship, and yet it limits my ability to teach and impact women who don't live near me, who can't get childcare, who don't have the same evening available that I offer my class because of a lot of reasons that have come up for non-completion over the years. I have made the class be an online class, but I will be available for office hours every single week. So I'm starting out with the Thursday afternoon hour, but I am so open to people who sign up. I should have quite a bit of flexibility in my week as this launches and rolls out. And so these will be informal gatherings where we talk about what people are working on in their heart cleanse journey. Because it's self-paced, we won't have everybody on the same module at the same time, but we can all learn as much from each other as from me. But probably at the beginning, it will be smaller groups with me answering your personal questions, but I'm going to make myself available to you that way, make you be able to connect with other cleansers that way. And I just never want you to feel like you're doing this alone, because it's not meant for you to do it alone. So this is the book that we're starting with. Again, if you have the solo book, that's fine. If you have the traditional book, that's fine. If it's filled from start to finish, you might want a new one, but not necessarily. And if certainly if you've never finished your book one, then you're good to go. You have just what you need. This is what we cover in book one, self-paced and supported. There's a lengthy welcome. Then we get the big picture of the spiritual life. We talk about why it's so important to keep our heart clean. And we start the good, noble work of fortifying the foundation, taking a look at who we are in relation to the world, in relation to the devil, in relation to God, and how we can start adding joy and delight into our life by following some scriptural principles. And once you finish those first six modules, then you're ready for book two, which I don't have in digital format yet, but am working on already. Okay, so this new version of book one is self-paced and supported. There are 6 weeks of material. Book one, it's available now. There will be those live Zoom gatherings. As soon as we get some signups, I'll start those. And you will have access to all the changes or multiplying of those Zoom gatherings. My dream is to have many Zoom gatherings throughout the week, but there needs to be a desire for that and a hunger for that. So I didn't want to start out with a whole bunch of them, but I'm very open and flexible to having more than one live by Zoom gathering time. And again, there won't be any teaching per se at that time, but it's more of an office hours. You will have your own portal to watch all those mini lessons, and you'll have them forever. And new stuff and the review of the other things for you alums, many new deliverables. There's that drop in. You alone will get access to that. And then I have a summertime launch price of $67 for book one. And I'll keep that price there until September. So lifetime access to everything you get, so there's no reason to ever drop out. So these are the two ways that I really want you to chase after God, to hunger and thirst after Him, after His kingdom, after His righteousness, because that's where all those gifts, those beautiful gifts of the Spirit, can start growing in your life. This is what happens to a heart that is not guarded, cleansed, kept, paid attention to. Those are the weeds in the garden that happen without any effort on your part. When we cry out to God, create in me a clean heart, O God, renew a right spirit within me, He can do that for us in a way that no other institution can. And so I will just repeat, probably with my dying breath, that whether you're withered or flourishing spiritually is your choice. If you're willing to do the work, you can be a flourishing Christian, because that is God's will for you, my friend. Hope to see you.